Hey everybody, my name is Esther and I have Parkinson's disease. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the follow. So today I want to talk about mental health and Parkinson's disease. I've talked to so many people, and it happened to me as well, that on their path to a Parkinson's diagnosis were told that we were just anxious, that we needed to cut back on stress, that all of this was kind of in our head, which of course we now joke about because it's a brain disease, like it literally is in our heads. But seriously, when I got diagnosed with Parkinson's, my movement disorder specialist specifically warned me that anxiety and depression are some of the most debilitating symptoms associated with Parkinson's disease. And that was a big shock to me. I would have guessed that in a million years. And so at that time, I was offered antidepressants and I chose not to take them. That was just my decision. I don't have anything against antidepressants or psych meds in general, and I support all kinds of mental health. But for me, I just felt like I was so new to my diagnosis. I really wanted to figure things out first and see where, my brain kind of was. And for me, my Parkinson's diagnosis was actually very much a relief. If anything, I felt really kind of an upswing in my mood because I was finally able to label it, and that allowed me, at least in my mind, to move forward and have a action plan. So the time that I was depressed was actually before my diagnosis in that year and a half that it took to get to it. And then after I got diagnosis, I was like, woohoo! I mean, obviously not like, yay, I have Parkinson's, but like at least I have something, that I can say, okay, this is what I have and this is what I'm going to do about it. And then, of course, after that, I got medication and that helped immensely too. So I had asked for a referral to a psychiatrist so that I could get a jump on, managing depression and anxiety since I know they're symptoms of Parkinson's, just like I asked for a physical therapy referral because, I knew I was going to have problems with strength and things like that and balance. I like to be proactive as I can with this disease, right? So I had that consultation with a psychiatrist from Mayo Clinic on Friday of last week via telehealth, via Zoom. And once again, it just seems like this keeps happening to me. I have these appointments with physicians, and then I leave my head like I leave the room like more confused than when I got there. So basically, I was diagnosed with hypomania, and I had to go look that up after. And when I did, I was kind of laughing to myself because the symptoms of hypomania are extremely similar to many of the symptoms that we have with Parkinson's disease. Anxiety, irritability, problem sleeping, hypersexual behavior. And I was like, wait a second, how do they know what's Parkinson's and what's a mental health disorder if we know that the mental health problems are symptoms of Parkinson's? So um, I was particularly taken aback by the psychiatrist's fixation on my sleep or lack of sleep, because insomnia is a symptom of hypomania and, of course, as we all know, a symptom of Parkinson's. And he just kept beating that drum of like, we need to fix your sleep. The problem is your sleep. And I'm like, no, dude. Like, so I've gone to like 3 sleep studies. Please, let's fix my sleep. But I don't think I'm not sleeping because I'm sitting up in bed with racing thoughts, which is another symptom of hypomania. Although I do have racing thoughts, my problem is not so much falling asleep as staying asleep, and I'm certainly not waking up at 3 in the morning and 2 in the morning and midnight every night because of racing thoughts. I'm doing that because of either Parkinson's or the medication because I never had that problem before I started the medication. So the psychiatrist was really nice. I mean, he didn't push the meds on me or anything, and he did also suggest that I go see a therapist, which I am going to do. But it just kind of made me think, like, how many people have mental health professionals that really understand how Parkinson's is? And if there are psychiatrists that specialize in Parkinson's patients themselves. I know there's like neuropsychs that do our workups for DBS and things like that, but I'd really like to know if there's like an expert in this particular area of study within Parkinson's, because again, they're not mutually exclusive. It's not like, you just have Parkinson's related depression or you just have depression, because depression is depression and the treatment is going to be the same, right? They're still just going to offer you antidepressants and or therapy. And but my other issue is like, first of all, can we just feel stuff? Like, can we just live? Like, what's the proper way to show your emotions or, exhibit feelings when you get the diagnosis of an incurable chronic degenerative brain disease? Because I'd like to see it. Like, was I supposed to just be like, oh, like immediately just like zen out and like start, making quilts or something? Like, I don't know. I feel like there's this thing in our society now where we're just not allowed to feel anything. And obviously, I don't want to be overly emotional to the point that it, impacts me or the people around me, but I do feel like totally fine living in my feelings for something that I've only had for 6 months that I knew of, you know what I mean? And the other thing is medication. I mean, I never took medication before I got Parkinson's, and now I have to take a pill every day for the rest of my life. And so, as few pills as I can take would be super awesome. I mean, I'm already taking like 6 supplements on top of my carbidopa levodopa. So, I'd like to sort of see what I can handle and what I can not cure, but at least manage in non-pharmaceutical ways. That's just me, though. Again, I'm not judging anybody who takes another road, because if you got it and it works and it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I am not a doctor, and I'm certainly not a psychiatrist. But I am curious as to other people's viewpoints on this, and make sure you drop them in the comments. I hope this helps.